His radio with the summer road trip is giving away a 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander.
Do you feel better now? Do you feel better? Because all morning I've had to just say, don't say these things. Don't say these. You have said them, but do you feel better now?
I feel great. So it's a 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander that somebody is going to win. So I hope that you text the word car right now to 800-447-7234 because this is going on all summer long. It's called the Summer Road Trip because the car is going to go on a trip all summer long.
It is. It's going to be everywhere over the next couple of months. And this is a gorgeous vehicle. I had the opportunity to get inside the vehicle and look around. It has technology I don't understand, which is awesome.
Oh, yeah, CarPlay and all that other stuff. Your phone's connected to it.
And there's so much room for you and your family. And even better than that, all your family's stuff.
Well, here's the thing. So you've been hearing his radio say, get your 15.
Yeah, 15. When you see the Mitsubishi Outlander on the road, Fun Patrol's going to have it out. We're actually going to have it Friday in Gastonia in the parking lot of Bojangles. And if you show up, you scan a QR code that is on the car, on the 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander. It's brand new. You get 15 bonus entries to win the car. It's your car.
That's when you see it out and about. The Fun Patrol is also out on Saturday this week and will be in Greenville, South Carolina, Concert for a Cause in the Jeff Lynch Appliance and TV Center parking lot. So it'll be there during Concert for a Cause.
Right.
On Saturday.
Yes.
It's that Saturday night, as a matter of fact. It's going everywhere. You'll see it in Fayetteville and Raleigh, all along the coast from Myrtle Beach to Charleston and Savannah and Columbia. I mean, this thing is everywhere this summer.
It's going to be in Asheville and Athens and Greenville and Anderson and Charlotte. It's literally everywhere.
Text car, just the word car, to 800-447-7234. Who knows, you just might win the 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I saw that there are phrases that you can use at work that make you sound immature. I had no idea.
Bruh.
I had no idea. And that's one of them, actually.
That's one of them.
That's one of them. I had no idea it makes you sound immature. Like business jargon, like saying a synergy or low-hanging fruit or core competency, that makes you sound immature at work. I had no idea. That sounded like big words to me.
Yeah, I wouldn't think those would make you sound immature. Maybe if you overuse the words and you get known for that. I personally don't see it as immature. Dude, I totally see, but I use it, so, oh well.
Oh, yeah, they say dude, bro, or man. If you use those at the workplace, that makes you sound business immature. I didn't know, although I think I use those from time to time. I'll go, dude.
Right.
Dude, that'll be a reply on a text
that
I'll do because I'm like, really? Dude.
Yeah, I'll say man. I don't say bruh. Like I get that enough from my kids. I went from mommy to bruh.
Even saying, what is that exactly? Because if I use that phrase, I don't know if I use that phrase. I think I'm asking for clarification.
Sure.
That I understand what the task could be.
Yeah,
So
I don't see that as immature. Also, another one is to call all women girls. I don't see that as immature.
Yeah, but I would never do that.
No, or even saying, hey, you guys. They say that, whoever wrote this article.
I have no idea.
But I'm like, you guys? That's how I talk to everyone. Maybe we're
She
just
does.
immature.
She's kind of like that. Well, yeah, I get that.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I wonder when was the last time you took a look at your child and said, I'm proud of you. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew at his radio.
It's so important to do, but, it has to be top of mind. But I'll tell you, when my kids do something for someone else, that's when my heart melts. That's when I'm like, I'm raising an incredible human being. Not that grades don't count and extracurricular activities and that kind of thing, but when they love on somebody else, yeah, that's when I'm proud. How about you?
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Nobody cooks like Grandma. I'm pretty sure it might be like that in your family. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. There's this one guy that owns an Italian restaurant in London, and what he does is he flies in grandmothers from Italy to do the cooking for him.
I love it. Okay, he had delusions of grandeur, I think, at first because he wanted to fly his own mama in like every Sunday. And she was kind of like, Pepe, I got some things going on. I can't be there
got
every
a
week.
life. And so he thought, let me fly in grandma. So these are grandmas in at least their 60s. He flies in every week to be the chef in his Italian restaurant in London.
And they love it because a lot of them, in fact, most of the grandmas that he's flying in have never been abroad. They've never been outside of Italy.
Oh, for really?
Yeah.
That's cool. I like that.
I know. The first time you get to show up in London, you get to cook for people who absolutely love what you're serving them. Oh, that's got to be so cool.
I don't know about your grandma, but nobody's been able to match her pumpkin pie. My grandmother's pumpkin pie was the best pumpkin pie ever.
That is one of those memories. Like, I know when you talk about it, Rob, you almost smell it and taste it, right? When
You smell my grandma's pumpkin
you
pie?
do.
That's amazing.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
So this baby blanket that just went up for auction.
Yours?
No, not mine. Another baby blanket that's been around since before my grandmother knitted mine, for sure. This has been around since 1938, and it was used to swaddle a little baby girl named Kathleen Mary, back in the day, around World War II. She was in a bomb shelter at the time, and her mom swaddled her in this baby blanket that was knitted by the Queen of England at the time, Queen Mary.
Okay.
It was crocheted by her. There was some baby contest, and for whatever reason, Queen Mary decided, okay, I like to crochet, so I'm going to crochet one for a boy, one for a girl, one's pink, one's blue.
Oh, and then babies won this.
And they gave them away.
So one of these are up for auction?
Just went up for auction last week. Had I known, I didn't realize it was up for auction, and it would go for so little.
What's so little?
To me, Queen of England, it went for about $500. That's a lot for a baby blanket. Don't get me wrong. That's a lot but that it was crocheted by Queen Mary, which of course, I love the royal family, so it means a lot more to me.
She knows. She would have spent $550 on it.
I might have said, okay, for the next 12 Christmases, this is what I want. You won't have to buy me anything if you just buy this blanket. So it went for $500.
So I guess I'm hearing that Liz wanted this thing. You would have bid on it?
I would have. Maybe a GoFundMe? No.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
Rico works at a UPS, and he's a high school student, just graduated, so he's a senior. And the problem was 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, probably about.
So she pulls through, and he's like, listen, ma'am, your Jeep is the same color as the suit I'm wearing to the prom. I'd love to pay you to drive it there.
That makes me so happy that they're the same color.
Right?
And he was styling to go to this prom. He just needed that something extra, that little accessory, which ended up being her Jeep. He was bold enough to say, can I drive it? It was a stick shift.
Yeah, she did say yes.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, man, I can't drive it. She goes, no problem. I'll drive you and your date.
How awesome is
Right?
that she saw this kid? I love that he was bold enough to ask her. And then on top of that, she said yes and made this super special. She didn't have anything going on that night, or she changed her plans just to make this kid's prom that much more special.
So Rico, prom happened. She drove him. It was great. And then Rico said, hey, want to come to my graduation? And she did.
How cool. Now they're
Yeah.
lifelong friends.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I wish my kids would still allow me to do something like this with them every day. His morning crew with Rob and Liz, his radio.
Read a children's book? They're teenagers.
Read a book. Read any kind of book to them.
You're
Just curl up. I could read War and Peace to them, something like
Right?
that.
Wow, that's
Yeah, really.
quite the thing. So here's Pierre, and he's like, oh, look at this, a book in a box. And he's like, I used to read this when I was a kid. I remember this. So he gets his two little daughters up with him. He's getting ready to read the book. He opens it up, and then he sees a stamp on the first page. And the stamp says Dryden Elementary. He was in the 2nd grade. He checked it out, never brought it back.
And he's what now? He's how old? How long is this?
He's got 2 little girls.
Oh my goodness! So
He's had it out for 40 years. 40 years.
What are you doing, Pierre?
Yeah, so he read the book to the girls, and then he brought the book back and said, hey, listen, I got some big fine for this one. They said, don't worry about it, just bring us cookies.
Bring us cookies. Yeah. We'll call it like a nickel a day. I remember, or a quarter a day, something like that, when
Times
the boys were little.
40. That's a lot of money, but they said, hey, you know what? We'll just make it a wash. You make the faculty cookies, and we'll call it even.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
This was a very interesting mashup a couple of weeks ago with a Ritz cracker and an Oreo cookie. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. Don't know if you saw it, heard of it, even tried it. But one half, it's the Ritz cracker with the cheese or peanut butter. Is it peanut butter? Okay. And then the other half is an Oreo cookie with the white filling. And they put those two together, one half and the other half, and you had your Oreo cookie Ritz cracker mashup.
I don't get it. I don't like the flavors of the new Oreos that come out. None of them.
Well, this is the original Oreo cookie on one side.
Yeah.
So it's not a flavor. And then there's the original Ritz cracker with the peanut butter, the original. And then you just put those two together, one half and the other half.
Well,
and boom, there you go, a little mashup.
But it is flavor. I mean, it's chocolate and vanilla, which is the OG of the Oreo cookie. But then you add peanut butter and then a Ritz cracker to it. I just, they have red velvet and they have birthday cake and they have, I don't even know.
How is this any different? Think it through. Just track with me.
All right.
How is this any different than a peanut butter cup? It's chocolate and peanut butter.
Totally different.
How?
It's a different type of chocolate, certainly a different texture.
They added a carb to it.
But it would be like if you had a peanut butter cup and then put a Ritz cracker on top of it. You don't have that crunch element.
Oh, wait a minute. She's onto something.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I could so use this. It's a life hack. His morning crew with Rob and Liz, his radio.
That's a pretty simple one. I don't know if you ever have a difficulty with the cell signal on your phone. You get to a certain area, you're like, it's just not strong. Here's the simplest hack. If you know airplane mode.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Okay. So open up your phone, put it in airplane mode, wait a few seconds, and then take it out of airplane mode. Boom. It starts to search for signals all over again.
A new signal.
And then you get the strongest signal that's close to you.
Okay. So I am not somebody who knows technology at all, but I have done this because I have found this to be true, that the signals will change from
You
time to
already
time.
know this hack?
But I didn't know it was a hack. I just thought, I'm just trying. I've turned off the phone. I've turned it back on.
It's a hack. She already knew this, and she didn't tell anybody. Liz.